Okay, so as we start looking at these conversions being put together, we're going to go from grams to molecules, or grams to atoms, right? Or backwards, atoms to grams or molecules to grams. Okay, first of all, when I say a molecule, that should mean to you that I'm talking about things like water or carbon dioxide or compounds, chemical compounds. We say a molecule because that includes all of the atoms in that compound. When I talk about the number of atoms of something, that means I'm usually talking about a single type of atom, right? So those are, used in the same way here when we convert to that. One of them means number of compounds, one of them means number of a single element. Okay? But if I want to convert between grams and molecules, moles has to be my middleman, right? I've learned how to convert from grams to moles, and I've learned how to convert from atoms to moles. Okay, so moles will be kind of my middleman. Just like in our unit conversions, meter was our middleman, or grams was our middleman, right? That stopping point in our chart, that was kind of what we went to, and then we'd go back. Moles is the same way. So I have to convert to moles before I can convert to my next step. So moles is going to be our middleman in all of our conversion charts. Okay, we don't know how many atoms are in 10 grams of hydrogen, right? We don't know that right off the top of our head. But we do know that we can go from grams to moles, and then we can go moles to atoms. Okay, so there's no direct conversion to tell us how many atoms are in 10 grams right off the bat. But we can go to moles, and then we can find out how many atoms are in 10 grams of hydrogen. Does that part make sense? So moles has to be your middleman here. Okay? So we're going to use the same basic conversion format. We're going to have a T-chart, and it's going to have 3 spaces instead of 2. Okay, so we're going to try with this one first. How many salt molecules are in 14.52 grams of salt? How many grams are in 6.244 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of sodium hydroxide? NaOH is sodium hydroxide. How many grams are in that many molecules of sodium hydroxide? So the path that we need to be taking is molecules to what? Can we go directly from molecules to grams? No, where do we need to go in between? Molecules to moles, then to grams, right? So if it helps you to write out that path, do that. Okay, you cannot go directly from molecules to grams. Okay, so I'm going to start with what I know. 6.244 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. Is that greater than or less than Avogadro's number? Greater than. So we know we're dealing with more than 1 mole of something. We're dealing with more than a mole. So if I want to go from molecules to moles, molecules has to go on the bottom, moles goes on the top. Okay, what do we know about moles always? Moles always gets the 1, and then what number goes with molecules? Avogadro's number has to go with molecules, okay? So again, either write out the whole number or write that abbreviation. So this right here is an abbreviation for Avogadro's number. So if you write that, I know you're talking about that value. Okay? So I've canceled molecules. Now I'm left in moles. Is that where I stop? No, so I need to get rid of moles. It has to go on the bottom, so they go diagonal. And then grams of NaOH is here. Moles always gets the 1. And then I tell how many grams are in 1 mole of sodium hydroxide. So what number goes there? The what? What goes with grams? The molar mass. Okay, so solve for the molar mass of sodium hydroxide. So what's our molar mass of sodium hydroxide? What did we get? 40? That's what I had? Okay. So now I've canceled moles. I multiply across the whole top, divide by the whole bottom. Are we getting a huge, huge number here? No, right? Because we're talking in grams. We're not talking in molecules. So I'm going to take my original number, multiply across the whole top, divide by the whole bottom. Okay, Mary, what'd you have? 41.47 grams. Perfect. How many atoms are in 82.13 grams of magnesium? Okay, how many atoms are in that? Start with grams and go to atoms. Try this one on your own.